Hello and welcome to Dark Souls 2, the Ivory Crown DLC. This is the third part in my DLC playthrough, the final part, in fact. It's 3 out of 3. And this is the one I've been anticipating most, you know? Everyone has said to me that this is going to be the hardest one. It's the hardest one, you know? It's the hardest one, but with the best opening and overall most preferred in terms of like the area and everything about it, really. It's the favorite, apparently, of people I've spoke to, anyway. But this is the Neverwinter Shrine. Now, if you do recall, last time we were actually here, and I was talking about the the primordial serpents. There wasn't 3 of them, there was a lot more than that. And we can see 3 long tentacled sort of snake type things roaming around the Neverwinter Shrine, the shrine itself, combining up together in the center, looking in one direction, like the band, the shitty band. Yeah, they're all looking this way, right at me as I sort of walk into a wall, but into the room, basically. You can see that they all seem to be looking in one direction, it would seem, or a similar direction. And if we actually have a quick look and have a look at the back, you can actually see that it is scaled on one side, and on the other side it's sort of rough, but nowhere near as scaled, you know, not like protective, not as resistant, I suppose is the word that I want to say there. Which would mean, you know, if it was a snake, like a primordial serpent, then it would be rolling around on its front, which would be this side on the left, and then on the right side it would be where it's protecting itself. I really 100% think these are the primordial serpents. We see nothing of them in the whole of Dark Souls 2 and all of the DLC, apart from potentially these shrines. So maybe we're going to find out why in this DLC. But for now, it's time for us to enter the land of the old iron? No! Ivory Crown. Best reveal. That beats Sunken Crown head and shoulders. And my favorite kind of environment, if you don't know, in a game is winter or cold, or, you know, snowstorm city, you know, snow everywhere, and this happens to be that. And the fact that it's a keep, like a massive castle in this land of snow, begs the question, why? Why here? That must not have been easy to set up. Or build, rather. And no, listen to the sounds when I walk. You can hear the crinkle and crumple of the snow as I walk over it, leaving a footprint. I like that. But the main effect that I'm really loving is the fact that my boots are sort of being covered in snow while I walk around it, and they've turned white because they're covered in snow. That makes sense. A little effect like that makes a big difference in a game for me. Little visual effects like that. We also see whatever the fuck these are, these gravestones that we've seen in all of the DLCs. The sign written here has been channeled from far away. I think we're being taken here. I think we're being taken here by the primary of these serpents. I think they're still manipulating us now, but in a much more hidden way, in which we don't even see them or know anything about them. Now it's time for us to enter what looks to be an abandoned castle. And it is big, isn't it? It's very big. We're talking bigger than Sunken Crown, because that was just a big temple. We're talking bigger than Iron Keep itself. Much bigger, in fact. And we're also talking bigger than the old Iron Keep, which is just towers split up. This is potentially the least beat up of all three, but we've yet to properly enter. But I'm looking at this door, and sometimes you can find hidden information in things like this. There's a sun up there. I'm looking for any signs of the serpents, but I don't really see any. It's a nice looking door though. I'm excited. I wonder if they're going to close behind me. Some doors have been known to do that, and it always leaves a sort of eerie feeling. What a view. What a view. I am less like, you know, like, whoa, but more just like content, you know? Like, yes, I like this. Bonfire. Beautiful. It's going to be a small source of heat, isn't it, this bonfire? And notice how as soon as the bonfire was activated, the snow that was clinging to me is now gone. I've been heated up. I really like that. I really like that. You know what we should do? We should find out the actual name of this bonfire and the location where we actually are. Frozen Alum Lois. We're at the outer wall. So there's actually more walls on the inside. Like normal, it's a massive keep in which we're gonna. Whoa!
Turn back. The old chaos hungers still.
Holy fuck! I was about to comment on how this entrance is frozen over, and it's very specifically frozen over compared to everything else, much more, right? And we could see this eye looking at us, and I was going to ask what that is. And bursting out of the entrance, these ice tendrils. The old chaos still lingers. Now, we know about the other civilization under even deeper than below the monster that lied in the Gallo, or whatever it is, the Black Gulch, the Rotten. Under that was a land filled with poison, which made sense. Behind the Old Iron Keep, the history of the Old Iron Keep and what came before that, you know, we saw the previous history behind these two things. And I was asking, what are we going to be doing in Ivory Crown? Because an old soul came from the giants, right? So we had that one, and we know the lore of the giants, because we actually already in the original, before the DLC, went back and visited the history of the giants. We know where that soul came from. But this must have something to do with the one who released the demons, the mother of fire and pyromancy. Known as the Chaos Witch, unleashed chaos into the world, became the bed of chaos herself. What happened to that soul? Well, she kept it. She was actually still in Dark Souls 2. She was still in Dark Souls 2. But I'm seeing similarities with those tendrils, with the Chaos Lingers, and who it should be that we're interacting with. Now, she is the mother of fire, essentially, in this world, right? She brought a new flame, because the original flame was breaking and passing from the world, and she sought to protect it and make it remain, and fucked everything up, brought on demons, right? She brought on the demons. She punished herself a lot for that, and she became the lost sinner, right? It would make sense that after we've defeated her, she might actually take a new prison, right? And that prison, being that she's brought on so much fire to the world, could be an ice prison. That links, right? That makes sense. She's put herself where what she brought on, she's in the opposite. But these are just guesses, and educated ones, I suppose. Look at this. So we have the outer wall leading around the whole place. Imagine you can see it beyond the storm, the actual storm of snow, all around, and inside is this palace, and it's a nice looking palace. What we can actually see of it, we can go straight to that, but there is this sort of hidden path or path off to the side that we can't actually. Whoa! First enemies, they are seemingly similar to the Old Iron Keep enemies, fast and strong. Look at that weapon though. It's spiked ice. It's originally a sword, I think, but along the length of it is ice spikes, and it's just iced over. And he himself is just... You got some frostbite there, mate. You got some frostbite going on. I want to get inside. You've got a spear, eh? Not a problem. Ice rapier. Whoa! Alright, so they can bleed me. They can bleed me. Gotta be watch out for those spiked swords. An ice rapier. I'm excited about this one. I'm excited about that. We've immediately found something that could potentially tell us lore. And I love that shit. And yes, the majestic sword is actually to do with Artorias. You guys let me know. Gubiek told me about it. The way that you can properly tell is by having it as a two-hand weapon and using the power attack, but I didn't actually have the stats to use it, so I couldn't tell. The special attack that Artorias does, you can actually do it, the flip in the air. Very impressed by that. Alright, where's this rapier? Have I gone past it? No, I haven't. Here we go. A rapier wielded by sorcerers of Illum Lois. Imbued with a magic that is released with a strong attack, a great protective wall was erected to protect Illum Lois from the encroaching chaos, and these sorcerers were among its defenders. So they defended, they failed, and they become monsters. Dark Souls. But an encroaching chaos. That really makes me think of this witch. It looks nice, I do like it. So apparently they're not swords themselves, they're actually rapiers. Similar attack type. Yeah, I don't mind it, it's fine. Seems to be good for actual spellcaster though, yes? I feel like the attacks are very slow, but that could just be because of my stats and not being able to use it. But it requires some intelligence to actually use some, you know, the stat used for magic and sorcery. So I'm interested by that. Be wary of defeat. Yeah, yeah. Sure. I don't ever get killed in Dark Souls. That was the wrong button. I meant to press block there. Whoops. Fortunately, they're very easy to sidestep and backstab like that. Got one over there. No, we have one in the middle here. I thought that was a fog wall, but it's actually just a white background. But notice that on the ground where that ghost is. It reminds me of those shards. It reminds me of the shards. Pointless. We have an elevator here that's caved in, and it has what looks like to be coffins loaded into it. There must have been a lot of dead here. Maybe the dead died and they just had to get them out, and they're trying to throw them over the walls or something just to make space in the keep. When this chaos was coming, I'm sure there was many deaths. But look, that reminds me of the Shard of Manus that was involved in the Old Iron Crown. And we were destroying the Shard of Manus in many different ways. Hello? Bro! I think he just cast a spell at me. This guy. These are the sorcerers. Like, although they look like knights, they're actually sorcerers as well. They're like battle mages. Yeah, I got another ice rip here. That's really cool. They're like battle mages. You look like a beggar, and you're completely frozen over, which makes sense. Obviously. Can I give you any heat? No, there's nothing I can do. I can't interact with them at all. They can become an enemy by way of item. I'm gonna need to find an item. Maybe if I have something that would warm them up. Do you think they'll attack me? Oh! No. It's very simple. I pick this up, it attacks me. Golden fruit balm. Watch it. Nah, bullshit. I'm wary of you. I'm watching you. I'm fucking watching you. I picked up your item. Your golden bloom. Got a big sword there. That's a rapier, but bigger. I'm like watching for it to come up behind me, man. I'm waiting for it. I'm ready for it. So, let's have a quick look of the area here. Down in there is the palace is up here, and we have like a main courtyard down here. We have 4 spires and a building. Thinking religious, thinking church, that building down there. That's what we'll refer it to as until we've explored it and found the actual purpose for it. But there is some light here coming from that body, and that looks like heat. So they clearly had some sort of heat source in this keep, although it is sparse. Ah, dogs. And they look cold. The sounds they're making, their bodies are rattling. Their bodies are rattling. Wow, that's cool. They're that cold that their bodies are just like this. It's like the skeleton jangling around inside. Ugh, gross. Oh wait, wing spear. All right, may as well take a chug. I've not actually healed once so far, so that's good. 11 flasks to go before we find our first, or rather second bonfire, I suppose. First bonfire upon entering the keep. But yeah, I am really impressed by the area. I'm loving like the visuals side of this area. Ah, caught you out, didn't I? Found you. Torches might have a really interesting effect in this land, actually. Next bonfire, we'll do some testing with torches. No, fuck it. We'll do some testing with torches now. I want to know now. Oh, dear. Yeah, I thought so. I wonder if torches would, like, keep me alive. If maybe there was, like, an effect where torches in general, I need them to get through certain areas. Nope. No, they just immediately go out, which makes sense. Roll in here. No. Okay. Yes, visually, I'm loving this area by far. Compared to the other 3, I'm loving this area. Be wary of stabbing it back. This is ice frozen over. I was expecting an enemy to come out. Dude, I'm completely frozen now. Look at my armor. It is white. How do we get in there? How about this? We use a firebomb. That should burn it away, right? Firebomb. No. Alright, I'm not sure on that one, guys. I'm not sure on that one. But we need to find a safe haven. We need to find a safe haven because... Oh, there's another one. Another one right here. Who are you and what do you want? I think they must be... We had a Shard of Manus type of person in Sunken Crown. In Old Iron Crown. I think this might be the new one. But she's actually still here. She's actually not dead. Or, I don't know, hiding. She's out in the open, right in front of us the entire time. That's my guess. Look at these ice shards. I'm expecting an enemy to burst from them. Okay, so we have this ice magic. So that's a spellcaster just blatantly spellcasting right at me. Interesting. We're going to use this shard here as protection against the spellcaster while we deal with these two. There we go. Take our second heal. Oh wow, look, it got stuck in the ice there. Look at the fountain. It is frozen over completely. I'm liking that. The water like has become these sickles. What are they called? These hanging like frozen spikes. Another one right there. You were hidden, weren't you? You got spikes on your back, Mr. Spellcaster. Can I not backstab you? I bet I can't hurt him from behind. I want to test that. I want to test that. Can I hurt him from behind? Come on, cast one more. No, I can. I can. I just... maybe I can't backstab him. I was thinking, the longer I spend outside here in the frost... Just watching my back. The longer I spend out here in my frost, the more cold my armor becomes. Do you think that my durability on my weapons is gonna snap? It's gonna rust my weapons and armor faster. It would make sense. Ow. I figured I'd kill them there with those attacks. I didn't. There we go. I'm excited for them to drop more weapons and such. More armor and the like. Sorry about that Skype beat there. I was not on busy on Skype like a big noob, and I've changed that now. Fortunately, I don't think it was too loud, so hopefully some of you didn't notice it. Small blue blur. Hang on, isn't that frost resistance? Small blue blur. Maybe they actually have some fucking useful... boost magic defense. Well, actually, you know, against these spellcasters, might actually be quite useful. And I bet there's a lot of boss fights that involve magic in general. And spell casting, because it would make sense. It would make sense. They're spellcasters. There's another one right there. Yep, I'm calling that is the new Shard of Manus in this area, the third one. Where are you going? Nowhere. Alright. When we walked inside the building, by the way, like when we went in the alcove, for a brief moment, there was actually almost no frost on us compared to outside where, although we went inside, yeah, look, we're fine again now, but the longer we spend outside, something over there, but detour required, alright, the longer we spend inside, you know, the armor goes back to normal, but the longer we spend outside, I think, means your armor slowly gets colder and colder and has that sort of ice effect. Angel of Fate has invaded us. I'm gonna go check behind me. The Angel of Fate. My ghost was confusing and scaring me there while it was trying to stab me in the back. Maybe it's hiding somewhere. Maybe I gotta clear this room first. Nope, there it is. It's right there. Okay. Careful of the boxes. Boxes are usually invincible for some reason. They're not this time. There we go. Oh shit, they're not dead. And that's a caster. It's a caster. I told you there'd be spellcasters that are strong as fuck. Also stupid as fuck. Shouldn't have come over here, mate. Angel of Fate, my ass. Damn it. Shit, I was out of range. Oh, that's a fast attack. Oh, that's range right there. Some bullshit range. Damn, son. No, no, no. He's like the Joker, isn't he? He's gonna go chug. He's gonna go hide and chug. No, he's just gonna try and... Oh, wow! Son of a bitch! He didn't try and chug at all. He turned the corner and tried to stealthily catch me off guard. And hell, it nearly worked. Oh, I would have walked around that corner and died. That is fucking hell. I am impressed, AI. And he tried to jump down on me. Holy shit, and now he runs back. Oh, he's using them as shields. Oh my god. What good AI. What fucking absolutely brilliant AI. He's doing it again. Son of a bitch. They've programmed him to do that on that corner. Ooh. Wait, oh my god, I thought I'd fallen to my death or some shit there. Scared me. Hey. You and me, Angel. You dick. Ow. Fortunately, though it's fast, that spell, it's weak. We got him. Holy shit. That was really, really cool. That was so clever the way they had him fight me. And the various things, like the positions of where we go and may fight him and opt to fight in better, like, you know, better scenario or situation where we basically go somewhere safer to fight him. And then he actually uses it to his advantage. He ran around this corner and charged up an attack as we were going to walk into it. And it tricked you in the old DLC. It's like, oh, he's doing it again. They're running away to go chug. Better go after him. Turns corner, gets killed by magic sword. Clever bastards. This area is big and we're only in a side area. They have really good poise for these enemies. These ones with spikes on their back. Which is a concern. Because it means I can't stagger them. And I rely on staggering them with this big weapon. Alright, there's one left. We're going to need a bonfire. I was talking about earlier, the durability of my weapon is fading, and it's fading fast. There's 2 of them there. 3 of them. And up until now, we'd not actually seen more than 1 on screen at a time. Which made me think it's all one person sort of teleporting around to trick me. But no, there are multiple of them. There are many of them, and I bet they're going to be enemies. Bonfire ahead! There is! Oh, thank God. But first, the other area. Oh wow, my first pygmy. You alright? Ugly son of a bitch. Visions of light. Weapon. Okay, can I come back if I go down here? It looks like I can. I'm thinking about that bonfire, guys. Pushing my luck now. Pushing my luck. We got caves here. This is where we were. We were down below. So. Alright, yeah. Right. Okay. So, we've been going for like nearly half an hour. Just realised it's time for us to split the episode and end this. But, yeah, I'm going to run back to that bonfire, get that. Then we're going to end. And then we'll continue. And you'll see that in a couple days or something. Alright. Let's hop down here. Alright, bonfire right here. Nothing else. Good. Oh, let's take a breather here, guys. Let's warm ourselves by the fire. My feet were getting a bit cold there, and my hands as well. Oof. Oh, sword was looking bad as well. It was got some cracks in it, you know, getting a bit weaker. I can't keep the heat with the torches in this land, you see. Oh, very impressed by the area. The level design so far has been great, as it hasn't been in all of the DLCs, and the actual visuals. It's time to continue in the next episode. See how I fare. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you did. I've been Hollow, you've been you. Have a good day.